throughput optimized storage. Or throughput optimized storage is if you pay little extra charges, you are going to be going and getting in storage which is going to be optimized to give you a better performance. Okay, it is going to be better than the standard one, but the charges are going to be on the little higher side. Okay, snapshot means copy of Windows OS with 30 gig volume on it. Absolutely correct, Shriji. Okay, I can actually go and fit the 30 gig snapshot in 30 gig or in 35 gig as well. Okay, if I say I want to use it as 35 gig, I will be able to fit 35 gig snapshot in the same or the bigger size. But if I go and say I want to go and use 25, this is not going to work because the snapshot size which I have here is actually 30, which cannot fit here in 25. Okay, it will not allow me to go and use a small one, but it will allow me to go and use a bigger one. So just for the testing, let's go and use 31. Okay, instead of 30, I'm going to be trying to fit that here in the 30. Sorry, I'm going to be going and trying to fit that here in the 31. Okay. All right. Mirroring the storage. Okay. So we need to take care of it, or Amazon does that. Oh no, we don't have an option to mirror the storage. Okay. But if we have other options to take care of it, what the mirroring does. Okay. I'll discuss that in a while. Okay. What are the characteristics of IOPS there? Can you elaborate? Or what do you mean by characteristics? What kind of characteristics you are looking at? It is just the performance status numbers here. Okay, how fast you can read and write. That's it. Okay, as the name suggests, it's a self-explanatory. It says input and output operations per second. How many operations you can do input and the output to it. So, what exactly you're looking for in that? What characteristics you are looking? Okay, all right. Yep, you're welcome, Shriji. Do we have an option to take the backup of the secondary storage? I'm not going to answer this question which we have not discussed, right? Ask me on the options which we have discussed here, right? Otherwise, we are going to be going off track. So that's coming up. We will talk about that and then we will explain it, what exactly it is. All right. Okay. Performance without the IO size and the read-write ratio does not make any sense. Oh, you can control that, right? The bigger the volume you're gonna go, you can increase the IOs over there. So right now the IO which you see is gonna be specific to the volume size which you have selected. Okay. So if you want to go and dig deep into it, so IOPS formula is actually given there on the IOPS EBS page. Okay, that is how the calculation is gonna be done. Okay. Is the IOPS technology used in the on-prem as well? Absolutely. If you're going to be going and using NetApp or any other EMC storage. So all of having a standard terminology in the industry. Okay. Okay. In the it is actually going to be going and showing that we do not have any snapshot selected by default. Disk attached to it. And the new volume which I would like to add, I would like to go and keep that as a 5 gig in size. Okay, let that be general purpose. Let that be having a default IOPS which are allocated to it. Okay, all right, and you will find it is actually going to be going and showing that we do not have any snapshot selected by default, which means the 5 gig volume which we are selecting right now, it is going to be blank. It is not going to have any kind of data on it. Okay, so I'm going to be going and saying delete on termination is no. That means if I'm going to be going and trying to delete my server, the server is going to retain this storage and I will be able to plug that storage with the other server and be able to use it. Okay, that is something which is going to be possible. I'm also gonna use an encryption here. I'm gonna go and say I would like to go and use the encryption on it, and I will use the default key which is available to me. Okay, so that's what I would like to go and use for the second disk. Okay, so all right. Uh, Now we are actually trying to add a one more storage at the time of building a new virtual machine. Okay. If you have any of the virtual machine which is already up and running, you will be able to go and plug in additional storage on the fly. Okay. If you want to go and add one more storage to it, you will be able to go and add that when the server is going to be up and running. Okay. There won't be any kind of a downtime required for doing so. All right. I think let's get started here with the two volumes here. I'm gonna go and look at the storage option here. It says we have a two volumes and we are gonna be consuming 36 gig in total. We have kept 31 for the root volume and we are using 5 gig for the additional drive. And this additional drive is gonna be connected to a system as a D drive. In Windows, the primary drive is gonna be the C drive where the operating system gonna be, and the next one is gonna be the D drive. All right, let's go and check it out. This instance here, it's gonna show up here that okay, what it is doing. Okay, KMS key means this key is nothing but which was created earlier. Absolutely right, your understanding is right. So how many EBS disks we can add to one instance? Okay, so you can actually go and check it out in the limits. So if you go and click here in the limits, it is actually going to be going and showing you what limits are applicable for EBS. Let's go and search for EBS here, and there we go. Okay, so these are the kind of limits which are applicable. Okay, for the different type of volumes, the limit is kind of 50. Okay, don't worry, we'll talk about more details about the limits and what exactly they are, and is that something we can change? Okay, so that's going to be something interesting to know. All right, machine is booting up now. Okay, it is getting started, and we are gonna go and wait for it to clear the status check pass. And the operating system manually, operating system is already part of the snapshot, and that's gonna be installing. Okay, you have that we do not have permission to use this option. Okay, in this lab, we are not allowed to use the compute optimizer. All right, let's refresh and see if the machine is ready or not. And there we go. I do have this server ready. I'm going to connect to this machine, and then I'm going to go and check that if I'm able to see the storage on it or not. Okay, let's go and check that out. Then I select it, and I will retrieve the credentials. We'll say connect to it. I'm going to use the RDP client, get the password. I'm going to provide the key which we downloaded. Okay, looks like I'm all good here to connect to the machine. All right, looks like the okay. Where is the other desk? All right, how to connect to it? I think you must be good in that now. Okay, so it is a good idea to go and do some practice on that. Okay, so real quick, uh, you need to go and locate the instance you have. Okay, so select the server you would like to go and connect to, and then click on the connect button, which is there on the top. Okay, so once connect, and we will be using the RDP client to connect to it. And then we'll go and click on say decrypt this password, right? Or you might copy some extra spaces there. Okay, I'll give some extra time to you to fix it. All right, let me bring in a clock here. We are gonna take a quick 10 minutes break and then come back and then configure and use the disk which we have. And then we will also show you how you can go and add a disk on the fly as well. Okay, when the server is up and running, how I can go and add one more storage disk to it.